up, Who's Heads? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Guy Party. We got the gang back together. This is Beautiful Brad.
This is Chester.
This is Michael Benjamin.
What's up, fellas?
Weather's getting hotter.
Yeah.
Able to get outside.
That humidity's setting in.
Mm-hmm.
We're outside watching the storms blow in there for a bit.
Yeah, we're getting some of those nice, good, basically done with the spring storms and those really cool summer lightning fucking storms that aren't like
the heavy storms, yeah.
They're not gonna like tear down your house, but you're gonna enjoy it on your porch.
Yes, I was enjoying it. I didn't really want to come down, but the porch isn't big enough to set up outside, so here we are back in Gargamel's lair.
We should have a Guy Party Wizard of Oz, where a fucking tornado takes us to a land of like booze and just like hookers and.
That's great. I love it because on that adventure you meet all the GPU characters. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll wait.
When you know,
pause
like
for effect.
When Dorothy gets to Oz and like you see like the Wicked Witch of the East or the West or whatever is like under a house. It's like fucking like Phil Castellini is under.
Yeah. What would Joe Burrow
Ding
be?
dong, the witch is dead.
We've got the lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow,
and then the
Dorothy and Toto.
And the lion.
Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow would be Dorothy. All those other people had flaws. Joe Burrow's perfect.
He is perfect. He's the savior. So.
I thought there was a fourth one. Right?
Or he'd be the wizard or something.
The wizard could potentially be Joe Burrow. Yes, I dig that. Maybe we'll dig into this in a minute.
You want to circle back on this one?
Yeah, we'll circle back on this one for sure.
We'll cast the Guy Party Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, there's so many options.
Mm-hmm. What else is going on?
So apparently Michael had sent us earlier that somebody in Cincinnati had posted whites only, blacks only on the drinking fountains in like a public school.
Should I say the name of the actual school? Just to fucking
go
really
nuts.
shame
It's going to
them?
be on the route anyway.
It's already on the fucking... Yeah. It was straight out of NBC, so it was an NBC link. Yeah, it was Coleraine.
Coleraine
High School. Way to represent through the headlines. We always do. We shine bright.
For those who don't know the city, that's on the west side-ish, and I think there's a lot
north side-ish.
Northwest.
Okay, you're right. West, whatever.
Yeah, it's more west side.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of... It's a mixed bag and a lot of racism over there, too. So,
which is weird because, I mean, hasn't it been kind of a mixing pot there for a while?
Yeah. I mean, you've got all kinds of different, like, cultures and shit like that. Blacks, Latinos, whites.
Yeah, I mean, Colerane's produced some NFL players and shit.
Yeah.
A lot.
Coleraine is a football powerhouse, like, nationally.
Right. Like, what's that one over in Montgomery? Moeller.
Yeah, Moeller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, big time. Well, they're a private Catholic school.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Colerane's public.
They hang with the big, the Catholic shit, like St. X and Moeller and
So
all
they do, though. Yeah, they're out of, like you're saying, like, they hang in with the St. X's and all that, because the Catholic, pretty much, they reign over a lot of the really good Cincinnati football in high school and shit like that. But Coleraine, many a great black athletes that come out of there. And so the joke was, like you said, blacks and whites here for fountains and shit like that. And
so how did that happen?
Probably a punk kid.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure it was like a prank of something, or someone put up to do the prank to say, "Hey, let's see if this fucking
TikTok goes viral."
I'm sure it was a bully that was bullying some other kid to get him into their clique or whatever.
Oh, you think it was a bully?
Well, no, I think it was like a initiation thing.
Oh, white supremacist, maybe Aryan.
Who knows? I don't know. Or kids just being like, see if they can get away with it type shit. Like we're making a jokes about like hanging nooses in certain places or whatever bullshit, in other places.
It's like the cafeteria at Coleraine, like Oz. Like, not like the Wizard of Oz, but like
the
Oz, the prison
HBO
TV show, yeah.
Sounds like it.
Like fucking like prison gangs and shit.
Soon they're gonna be shitting in each other's faces.
Michael had sent the text. It's like, look at Guy Party, we made national news because we kind of get a little racy at times. I had brought up the point. Well, if they want to have water fountains with black and whites, let's just make painting stations where we can paint ourselves black or white.
Yeah, and I loved the idea because what did I say in reply? That couldn't have been the wokest statement ever from Beautiful Brad because, come on. That's just pulling a page out of just your old thinking cap and saying, hey, you want to try to be racist? Here you go. We'll top you and we'll fucking come together.
Guy Party is always about opportunities for solutions.
And
for
hilarity.
workers.
And that would be fucking hilarious, turning it right in their heads. Be like, okay. It's literally like taking a minus sign and making it a plus and be like, hey, fuck you.
Well, I know where I would want to get my water from is the black station, so I would be painted black every morning.
It would probably be taller, which suits you.
Exactly.
It probably would be.
Now, where would the painting stations be? Would they be in the nurses' offices, do you think?
Right above the water fountain, you just push a button and it just... This fucking sprays you with...
I was going to take it a step farther though and say that the opposite person or race or whatever has to paint you that color of them. So like the black person has to paint you white and the white person has to paint you black before you get the water.
This is a good way to bring art back to schools.
I know, right?
So.
You're painting at its finest. They really got to get into it in your face too.
Fourth period social studies. He's like, hey, Mr. Gilpin, I gotta get a drink of water. Can I get the hall pass? It's like, sure, sign it here. Got the hall pass, goes out. I come back. I'm white when I leave, but I come back in blackface.
Except around your mouth where the water was.
Because it's a water-based fucking paint. It will come off when you get in the drink.
Yeah, because you don't want to piss the parents off if we like permanently painted them black for like a couple days.
Yeah. Or kill kids from putting the oil-based paint on their face.
So, in this day, I mean, you can obviously identify as whichever gender or no gender if you choose.
Can you identify as racist too?
That's the question. That's my question.
I mean, if you can disprove science, and they're doing it on a daily basis, and say if you were born with a vagina but you're actually a fucking male, why can't I claim to be Latino?
Yeah, like you might be like, I really like tacos and mariachi bands.
I love tacos.
I love it, and I swear I've been saying this for a very long time, and I've brought it up to other people's attention, and I was even taking it so far that what does it matter? Especially even if they take it to so far of an extent to be like, I'm so proud of my heritage, even they have no Latino in their blood at all, right? But they're doing all the steps to take to help support the Latino heritage community and not doing any harm to them. Why does it matter if it's real or fake or not anymore? I mean, what is real and fake even anyway?
I'm just taken aback by the fact that the ghost of woke future just fucking possessed you there for a second.
I know, right?
One of the things with race is cultural appropriation. But what's the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation?
All right.
Yes, exactly.
Well, so here, like, I'm German as fuck. I love my German heritage, but I love tacos. It's so bad that my dad calls me Taco Johnny, and my mom gets taco treats for the dog for I can give to her. Like, so, I mean, is that cultural appropriation? Because I'm German as fuck, and I love Taco Bell and tacos in general.
I don't know, if you like grew out like a really black thin mustache, wore sombrero, one of those like parka things,
Oh, so, like,
and then hung out at the Home Depot
I'm so passionate about tacos that I'm committed
to living that
to
lifestyle.
living that lifestyle.
You'd be like the tallest Mexican ever.
They're all like 5 foot tall. Like, this is 6 foot fucking 9 motherfucker hanging out at people.
You'd be in the like they're on their basketball team in the Olympics.
I'm glad you bring that up as a point because a lot of reasons why some of them try to say they get offended, put quotes around that because they're, sometimes they don't even know what really offensiveness is because they think that they're being untrue to what is the nature of that heritage, right? Like you just said, the example of being height versus supposed to be short, right? And that's hilarious.
Is that a stereotype?
Well, that's the stereotype, and you're supposed to be short Mexican, right? Or
I feel
short
like
Latino. So here's my
Latinos
thing.
are pretty short.
That's
Typically,
a stereotype.
that is a stereotype.
Yes,
You're correct.
and that's what they're mad about. They're mad that someone may be going against the truth of what the real stereotypes that we all know of all those peer people or heritages. So then, does it really matter though if you're not even really changing it? You're just being who you you are, but still respecting. So you're not changing what they did. You're just being tall, and you really love Latino heritage.
Well,
right?
we were talking earlier before we even came down. Like, stereotypes are based on fucking factual shit.
Their fucking parkas would end up being a belly shirt on you.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying that instead of them getting mad at you or thinking that they're offended by you and indulging and appreciating their culture, know that you're not doing anything to be disrespectful. It's just a false, not true thing of you're just going against a stereotype just a little bit because you're not sure. Like, a lot of the authentic food cuisine in this country isn't really 100% authentically Latino or Latin or whatever, right? Because a lot of
Bell's not authentic?
yeah, I know, right? A lot of them don't do cheese, like in Mexican, like restaurants down there. I'm not saying
Really?
I'm not saying they don't do cheese. Oh my god, here I'm about to get fucking castrated for people saying you don't know authentic Michael Benjamin. I don't care if I do or don't.
Cancel Michael Benjamin. # cancel Michael Benjamin. Start the campaign.
Well, fine. You tell this Mexican person who was from there that talked about like the heritage and they're from there that. A lot of the simple ingredients are just like the things you may find in the street venues with the corn and the fresh corn tortillas and stuff like that, and the beans and the rice and the lettuce and tomatoes chopped up. But the cheese is something like an extra thing that maybe is an Americanized thing. That it's okay to bend it a little bit and it becomes Tex-Mex, but it doesn't mean we're disrespecting them or appropriating their culture. We're appreciating it and just adding our little bit of flair.
So if I go out to the desert and I find like a Native American shaman
And Steven Seagal and
yeah,
Space,
that's right, yeah. and we do peyote with them.
the guy from I Always Met Your Mother.
Jason Segel,
Steven
Steven Seagal.
Anyway, continue.
Is that Native American cultural appropriation, or is that just us trying to experience Native American culture?
It's kind of like the Native Americans are getting bogus on people using sage and shit. But it's just like, well, if we're kind of like believing in your culture and keeping it alive, what the fuck is the problem with that?
Right. I don't know.
If that's really them getting, I can't see them getting mad about that. But if that's happening, then man, that needs to be.
That's how.
It'd be a different thing if a pasty white motherfucker like us put on an Indian headdress, Native American headdress, and started like running around in like a fire and going la 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 la,
trying to sodomize homosexual. You remember that? Because we saw that before.
What?
At Luke's house.
Oh yeah. I do remember that.
Oh wait,
The Indian
right.
headdress. He's trying to have sex with the motherfucker. Michael Benjamin fed him a bunch of Ajax.
I sadly remember this now, actually, and I swear to this day that I was fine off of that amazing white substance. I don't know what's wrong with that other person.
Cocaine.
That wasn't my fault at all. But I even think it should be that far to where, hey, eventually, why can't you do it on your own home to be able to do a fucking Native American headdress seance or whatever you want to do? You're doing.
So we're okay with cultural appropriation if it's in your own home.
What if it's not? That's why
Keep
I
that
said
shit behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Keep cultural appropriation in the closet.
That's why I'm saying that wasn't the main focus supposed to be about the difference between appropriation and appreciation? It's supposed to be that it's disrespectful is in the definition of appropriating because you're taking it like and stealing it. And it's not that we're taking and stealing it, we're appreciating it in these moments at times where maybe it makes us feel good and also celebrating of their time too. But it's not like we're doing it every fucking day, daily, hey.
We're stealing something we enjoy? That makes no sense to me.
It's a fine line between appropriation and appreciation.
Well, give me what is...
Appropriation?
Yes.
What's over the line?
What is over the fucking
If it's
line?
disrespectful to
the Warp Twins unite. Give me appropriation.
That's why I said before about the truth. They want to make sure the truth is held the same line, right? And that it's not changed. That's why I was laughing about the shortness. It's like, you can't control that stereotype. The stereotypes are true, right? And they don't want to change them, really. They want to make sure they're true to what their heritage really is. You can't change you being tall. That's fucking fine, and they shouldn't get mad at that. But now, if you're going out there changing, you're literally putting something that's so sacred to, maybe, I don't know, we'll say a Cherokee Native American person, and you're wearing the headdress, and then you change what it is actually supposed to be, and then that could be appropriated and changed and say, oh, this is how Cherokees wore them, and it's not not at all. It's actually like how you just Guy Party trashed it up, when really it's not about trashing, it's about wearing, like, hey, Guy Party, this is us fucking being cool wearing this because this is what they wore. And that's it.
Woke ways.
Talk too much.
Cultural appropriation is one of those things I don't know. I do feel like that's one of those wokeisms that typically just goes too far. I can't even think of a specific example that is appropriation off the top of my head. Like, the one thing I was kind of thinking about was, like, at a Chiefs game where the crowd will, like, be like, whoa. Like,
I'm putting my head down and shame Boo's head.
I'm not. I said maybe, but I think that's okay. I'm okay with that because they're the Chiefs. That's their team, and they're celebrating a chief. It's different from the Redskins. That's just
I get Redskins,
right.
Indians. I mean, I guess
They weren't Indians. Like, that was a mistake we made 300 years ago and didn't correct.
Don't
it.
say we. There was a guy involved. There was only one person involved. There was a Columbus guy that got it wrong, and it's okay to celebrate his adventures and that he found it, but let's not make him look a hero. That's the difference, I think, is the extremes, beautiful Brad, is that we need to quit acting like these goddamn extremes are ruling us when we need to make fun of them more.
Yeah, let's make fun of them more.
Race stuff is just funny to me. I mean, it probably shouldn't be
as
because
it
I'm
should
white, but
Well, I love the comedians that go and do literally almost every stereotype and like imitations and then go through them all. And if you listen carefully, yeah, they are true and they're hilarious. And it's okay to admit that.
Well, did you notice, like, Tosh is doing a tour, but he's not leaving Florida? You know why? Because you can get away with shit in Florida.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
And that motherfucker's the most offensive fucking dude you'll ever meet.
Oh, dude. Just like a lot of great comedians, he's making fun of almost damn near every fucking living organism on the planet Earth.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Comedy, just make fun of motherfuckers.
and like I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and it's your birthday and they give you a sombrero to wear, like I think that's fine. Like you're having a good time.
Well, that's why everything goes back to context, right? And it's about timing and placement of everything in life. It's like, I didn't murder you when I first born out of the womb. I waited to see if you were going to commit murders on your own, and I was going to try to raise you right, and then maybe I'll murder you.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
Just like a joke. Just like a joke, you know? It's all about timing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, just don't be a cunt.
Yeah, I mean,
just be nice to people, and I think you'd be all right.
Read your room. Be
Read your
respectful.
room. Read your room. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this person doesn't feel comfortable with you saying this. Okay, stop. You know,
Don't be Michael Richards.
I don't know who that is.
Should I bring
Kramer?
this up? Yeah, you
Oh,
know
okay.
that. Do I need to bring this up, though? Apparently, we need more security, though.
Oh, because of the whole thing with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Will Smith brought that shit on.
Yeah, I did.
Have you been beaten yet on stage?
I feel like I've taken beatings from imaginary tomatoes thrown at me and fists, cuffs, and stuff. But
With that being said, Bachelor Party, July 16th, hit us up if you want to come.
so you can hit
Hell
me
yeah.
with a tomato
Michael is
and
gonna-
watch others come.
Left free reign tomato throwing at him, so
Free
be
range.
there.
God, I wish we had like just an unlimited budget. I'd go fucking ape shit.
Are you getting a set crafted?
I am.
And I almost feel like it should be like one of those, what do they call them, the roasts?
Yeah.
The roast of Chester.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
down. Yeah, fire
Don't
your name to
worry,
me.
there'll definitely be much of that, and there'll be much love for him as well, but you'll get yours.
I would love to see like you do your bit from a dunk tank.
That's what I was thinking. I swear I was, but I was thinking maybe we can do that.
Or piranhas.
Well, it's like a game you play if there's a what are those things called? The skunk. No, there's a skunk on the other side of the stage, right? And then there's a dunking booth with tomato juice in it. Every joke I don't tell that's like right on getting enough laugh-o-meter or whatever, then the skunk sprays me, and that's how much I know how much I have to be in the tank later.
Maybe instead of piranhas, because I don't want like blood and ambulances and stuff. Maybe like leeches.
It's not your place.
He just like comes out, he's like fucking covered in them.
Yeah, the only way to get him off, you gotta burn him off. He's walking around in the backyard, fucking bumming weed off James Sweet. We're still burning fucking leeches
He's
off
butt
his back.
naked. 'Cause they've gotten in his junk.
Oh my god.
Would you willingly perform in a dunk tank that had leeches below you?
I don't know.
They're not fatal.
I mean,
Motherfuckers used to use them like doctors used to use them.
they would be like, you don't need to give me a history refresher of like how presidents died because they
Bloodletting.
used leeches on them. I know what happened. That doesn't make it even any more wanting me to do it.
That's true. Doctors used to use heroin too.
What if you did a dunk tank and it was nothing but gasoline?
He lasts 10 seconds and passes out and falls out of the fucking gas.
Like, we get some people that aren't biased. Judges kind of like
American Idol?
American Idol thinking, yeah. And they all judge him. And it's like, all right, Michael, let's hear your stand-up authority. and then, like, as the jokes start going sour, it's like, shh, he falls down. Bad joke. Gasoline starts filling up.
Somebody's smoking, flicks a cigarette.
Boom. The crowd goes wild.
I jump in the pool.
Sky party.
But then you can be like a disabled comedian, and I feel like you don't even have to be all that funny, and that's a horrible thing to fucking say, because I've seen disabled comedians.
I feel like I hate to say that I agree with you, but my God, dude.
That's a really terrible thing to say.
Yeah, but dude, how many of those fucking comedians are out there that either have like a stutter, or they have the what's the other one where like you can't move your body well or something?
Paralysis or
Paraplegia?
Shut up! Those are all the same words. God damn it! You know what I'm thinking of the paraplegia.
Michael comes out like fucking Stephen Hawking. Hey guys, would you like to hear a joke?
Remember we talking we had to wheel him in like Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah. The mask on his face.
Yeah. For like one of his bits or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember why we were wheeling him in like that, but there was something cool behind it.
I think it was just like for like effect, like just like the audience would be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
He was gonna start beating his head with a microphone.
Yeah.
God, I'm just thinking of all these fucking comedians with like Tourette's and all this shit.
You have like a fucking baloney on his face. With like the eye holes like
How about coming out like as my intro with bologna on my face and just eat it off my face like Dr. Hannibal,
Dude,
or
if
Lecter
you
or whatever.
ever want to do an intro like that, I've got the cart to wheel you in, and I will be there.
Yeah, we'll get a dolly. Like,
I've got a dolly.
like with like one of the U-Haul ones where you strap them in.
I've already got it.
I think if anyone's listening, that's the intro. Then if you're gonna be
Maybe for the bachelor party.
for real,
Wheel them in, yeah.
Like we have to get a couple guys like
yeah,
up
to
the
get me
stair.
up the steps right there in the trailer.
We'll already be tripping. It'll be nighttime. We'll have strobe lights going. He's like,
Everybody will go nuts, dude.
We'll forget to like let him out of it.
I have to get out by myself.
He sits there all night.
I'm just over there like fine with it, just like
he's having a bad trip, but he's still tied in.
I'm telling the jokes on the stage, like on the ground, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" And
He just starts coming up peeing in his mouth.
Oh man, Boozeheads, July 16th. If you haven't seen Michael's bits yet, make sure to be there, and then you'll get to see Michael firsthand. It's
an
Boo's
experience.
house. Yeah, fucking July 16th. Make sure to be there. He's still strapped in the fucking dolly. Everyone just walks away. Starts
Just walks around him.
Where'd everyone go? Oh shit! God damn it!
Luke starts to pee on me, and then the true alpha war begins.
Manga combat.
I have to
The final battle.
I struggle to try to get the fuck out of there. I basically, you know how the Flash can basically morph through shit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I try to do that, and then I'm like, that's not happening.
Hell yeah! Alright, I've got the dolly. Let's do it. I just can see like this background of all these pine trees. And, like, if it's nighttime, you can just see the strobes hitting it. Like, he's got this big theatrical entrance.
Yes.
I just forgot about it's nighttime, and there'll be fireflies probably at that time too.
Yeah, July should be a lot of fireflies, so that'll be cool too.
If you're not a experienced tripper, let fireflies be your friend. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So, Michael, what else you got going on in the world? You had a couple topics you wanted to bring to the table.
Oh yeah, in guy party fashion, you know, I try to be aware of all kinds of cool, crazy things that humans just, you don't know why they do the things they do, right? Sometimes it's worth figuring it out, but most times it's not at all, as we all three have agreed. Sometimes we're not even worth saving, right? This one I came across, that it's always good. You brought up Florida with Tosh, because there's always these interesting stories. Like, there was a Florida man that got arrested for literally... He was trying to steal a fucking crossbow, goddammit, and he stuffed it down his fucking pants by trying to fucking get it out. Thinking, oh yeah, this thing. Yeah, fuck, I can get away with this. No one's unnoticed fucking walking out with a crossbow in my fucking pants.
Was he on drugs?
Oh, it did not disclose the quantity or quality of drugs he was on.
Do you think it's like the
alligator
heat
drugs.
that like just makes people go fucking bonkers in that
Absolutely.
state?
I think so. I really do.
Being outside all week in the sun and shit, and just drinking right after. Yeah, I mean,
You start to get a little like,
it's a
little
constant,
woozy.
yeah, it's a constant vacation. So like, you booze, you wake up, you sweat it the fuck out. You don't have like Ohio weather where you're all depressed and rocking off a hangover. You just get back out and sweat it the fuck off. So then you're right back at it. So then you turn into a goddamn maniac because you're just boozing constantly. Our director of HR at work actually even said this to us when she was in town the other week. She's like, it's always vacation in Florida, and that's the mentality. So yes, that's why maniacs are in fucking Florida.
That makes sense.
I mean, it
actually.
does. Yeah, the sun. I
That
mean,
does make sense.
in the summertime, can you guys actually say you're not amped up like on a different level than where we're at in wintertime?
Oh yeah.
And I feel like when it is like that, and especially if you're down in Florida, it's like a bad day is just bullshit.
Yeah.
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 It's like I was in
like
traffic
your
for 30 minutes.
Like your expectations are just fucking sky high.
Yeah, and if you have a bad day in February, well, guess what? You can sit on your porch and drink beers because it's 80 fucking degrees.
Weather is such a fucking goddamn motivator of
Yeah,
happiness or sadness.
It
Like,
really is.
like we need the shit, like the bottom, like just the bad Ohio dumb stuff to appreciate the few good days we get.
Yeah,
Yep.
And Florida is just like, I guess they're just spoiled.
I think so because the weather is perfect.
You know
So
why?
Their depression turns into drug abuse.
They need to
And
go.
alcoholism.
Because they can't handle the littlest shitty thing that comes their way because they're just so used to things being awesome.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Absolutely, and that's why they need to do what the Northerners do in the winter, is go down south, right? And sometimes for them, they need to go up north and experience a little bit of sadness.
I mean, it could.
But
level
it
them
actually,
out.
if they come up
Yeah.
here, it's just kind of better. Because it's like ridiculously hot down there, and it's like geese. Geese come up here.
That's what I'm
and-
saying. You got to change your environment sometimes to be able to balance your wholeness out.
No,
and
they got to
that's-
come here during the shittiest times. They got to come here in the
Yeah,
middle
during
of
the winter.
January.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
No, I'm not saying during the summer. No,
Okay, that's what I thought you were saying.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Totally in January, right then, even a little bit of February.
Yeah.
Go
Right.
back down when it starts getting a little bit warmer for them down there, and
Because
that's it.
June, July, and August can be Florida-ish up here. So, but they have that 9 months of the year, probably
Yeah.
10.
And then those motherfuckers got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's
Sons
either
of
them or
bitches.
fucking.
You already had the fucking beach and the weather and the
Yeah.
ocean.
Ugh.
Get a Super Bowl on top of that.
Yeah. Like you need more cool shit to fucking party for.
Right, same thing with LA. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, for real.
Your lives rule for the
Yeah.
most part, except for the guys that, I don't know, like the Compton fuckers that are killing each other and stuff.
Yeah, but they
But-
don't mind it.
Yeah, that's true.
They still
straight
have
straight out of
houses.
Compton.
Yeah.
And they got NWA.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'd be cool with shooting at people if you got me in my own house and have turbines in the bag. I'd fucking fire a gat every now and then.
All right, just to pump it a couple rounds in the air.
Yeah, NWA motherfucker.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck the police.
I wouldn't share my face unless I was painted up, though. Like,
Yeah, right? It's okay, I can use your water fountains now.
yeah. Press one, poof. It's got like the red lips too.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do at Coleraine. They're just trying to be more accepted into the gangs.
Maybe, yeah.
They pass out those like fake candy lips.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why this made me think of this, but and you said candy lips, made me think of the lips you can get on ice cream cones and shit. You never get the face on the ice cream cone? Get the whole face with the hair and with the sprinkles and the cones and everything.
You have the slightest idea. Do you know what he's talking? Are you talking about like the Mickey Mouse
like the eyes,
popsicle?
remember?
Like the Ninja Turtle ones with the
like
yeah,
on an ice cream cone at a regular Dairy Mart or something. Like ice cream cone, eye candy, like literal eyes, look like eyes, lips. Not a nose, but sprinkles and nuts and shit.
Can't say that I know what you're talking about. I know like the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles and the Mickey Mouse popsicle things.
Yeah, no, it's like, well, no, this isn't like out of a ice cream truck. It's like at an ice cream place that like.
And they take your regular ice cream cone and put like a face on it.
Yeah, it's called getting face and hair.
Oh,
never heard of it.
Really? Well, then I felt like I was coming from a different world, but no, I thought it was common.
What would the hair look like?
Like just sprinkles and like a nut.
Did it look like Jerry curls?
I mean, rainbow Jerry.
Was it black sprinkles?
Well, you know me, mine was twisted. So I had black and white.
I thought maybe they only did that for children. I've never asked for the face popsicle.
Oh,
can you give me like a Rick James?
Michael's all like 35 years old. Yeah, give me the face here.
Fuck yeah, you know it, dude.
You want to hear a joke, motherfuckers?
That's actually a good joke. I like it.
I could totally see you like running up to an ice cream truck and
It's
like,
been a minute since I've done that, but
stealing like a 7-year-old's money.
not that. I do that every day.
God, I can't wait until we become big enough to do licensing.
Oh, God.
And we can like get like Guy Party like popsicles with our faces on them.
So that's a good topic. What would our likeness look like with popsicles?
Mine's obviously fucking sloth.
You look like the dude from the Goonies.
Yeah. It's just like a copy.
Like the eyes are all crooked.
I'm picturing like more of a cone shape. Like, are you
like the cone heads?
I don't know. I mean, you create your own.
Well, that's why I want a sloth.
Like you're a drumstick
trapezoid.
upside down.
I never lose it.
They draw the face like on like the bottom of the cone.
It's like, Mommy, how do I eat this? It's like, daughter, that's Michael Benjamin. I have no fucking idea.
Nobody knows.
You start with the sides, and then you kill yourself.
It's like, can I get another?
They just give you the same thing, and you're like, here you go.
They're on clearance.
I wish
They're
it was
free.
like, you know, like the Pee-wee talking dolls. Like, you pull the string, it's like, bah, 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 bah. Like,
I fucking hated those things.
but if it was cheap enough to put it in your ice cream cone to where they're holding it, it's just telling a joke, and then the cream falls off. It's just like this is telling a bad joke. It's like
with no warning whatsoever.
yeah, so then the fucking kids start crying. God damn it! No refunds are by the Michael Benjamin
Specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think that's so amazing, because I think of the idea of a child, just like, me personally, I did that. I cried whenever I spelt food. I don't know if you guys did. But especially if you made the food yourself. You guys remember making food yourself?
Oh, I do
and then,
this,
like,
yeah.
crying after you spelt it, and you're like, God damn it! Fuck!
Yeah.
Here comes the tears.
Make a 3-way and all the noodles fall on the floor. And I'm like, motherfucker!
Especially if you don't have any replacements.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if I was 8 or if I'm 35. I'm crying, goddammit.
And it's just like, alright, I got the
shit.
chili and the cheese still. I'm gonna figure out something to do with it.
Fritos, nachos, let's just throw them in a bowl.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the prices and shit, too. And not the prices alone, but just sitting in the lines. Like,
Dude,
fuck it.
I was at the grocery store the other day, and like a normal size can, like not the small cans, a normal size can of Skyline chili is up to $5
Yeah, it's
Like, that's
fucking
nuts.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Ugh. God damn it, Biden.
I didn't vote for him.
I don't even know who to blame for it, but
the fucking gas, you can't even afford to fucking drive places.
yeah,
anymore.
it's getting ridiculous. It's up to like $4.50, $4.60 now.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? It's gone up by like $2 in the last couple years. Like, that's almost double. Can't presidents put a freeze on gas or something?
So here's the thing. They were just talking about this the other day, saying how so they can put a freeze and do all kinds of things on not just the profits that are being made right now, but all kinds of different pricing included into it. But guess what? They're too busy invested into it all. They're not going to.
Well, it's all the lobbyists that paid them to get to where they're at,
Yep.
fucking line their pockets to inflate all this shit. So now we're fucked.
Fucking Biden is Jimmy Carter 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting bad, dude.
That's exactly what it is, and it's just going to lead to the next Reagan.
You're so right about the Jimmy Carter 2.0 because everyone liked to say they loved Carter because he didn't do a lot, but he also was medium, and that's what Biden's trying to play that card so he can not get a
He's not
second
trying to
term.
be hated, but he's just not doing enough to be liked.
He's only playing his role what he thinks is for this time and this process, but it is going to bring another Reagan.
Well, they used the woke shit to get Trump out, too.
Well, the woke shit got Trump in, actually. I feel like Trump was a backlash, like to woke culture.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it was people like saying like I've had enough of this PC bullshit. Here's a guy that just says whatever the fuck is on his mind.
True, yeah.
Because they blamed Obama on
And
DC.
I also
Right.
feel like he would have got reelected, but like Twitter and Facebook and shit started censoring, taking away freedom of speech, and
Well,
they rigged the election.
He was just a
and shit.
mongoloid. He just took
Biden's
shit.
a mongoloid.
They're all mongoloids.
Yeah. Let's get off this fucking.
Yeah, no,
it ain't going nowhere.
Can we transition to Elon Musk, though? That he may be a possible next presidential candidate because I don't think he's not just trying to buy Twitter. I think.
Do you think he
trying to-
fucked Amber Heard?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I like Elon Musk.
Yeah, can
gonna
we
let
just
people
take
like
like
Trump.
5
That's what I'm
seconds to appreciate Amber Heard?
appreciate Amber
And you know
Heard?
why? Please dive into this while I'm filling my drink.
Yes. Guy Party, Babe of the Month?
Babe of the month.
Babe of the Month.
So we're going to bring a new segment. I know we never stick with segments, but our new segment is
Hold
Guy
on, no,
Party Babe of the
I
month.
need to say this real quick. Elon Musk was going to allow Trump to come back on Twitter.
Yes, but save this after Babe of the month.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to say about it.
Well, I mean, you know what? It makes sense because he was huge on Twitter. A ton of people followed him. Even people who hated him followed him. But anyways, Amber Heard.
Amber Heard. Yes. So, as all you booze heads know, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are in a public trial right now for defamation and cancel culture. But anyway, continue, Chester.
I mean, the obvious thing that came out of this trial is the poop.
Yes.
I'm just glad that Johnny Depp was like saying, "Fuck it, I'm willing to go down and bring you down with me."
I think Johnny
Same
Depp's
here.
a pussy.
What? Are you kidding me? Well, then I think you're
You know
a
why
pussy.
he says that is because he would be like, I would stand by my woman
I would let her shit on me.
and peg you.
And peg me.
That's fine, but don't let her fucking slice
Johnny
her eye
Depp
open.
cannot just not handle an alpha woman.
That's fair, and that is good on him. Johnny Depp, I'm gonna fucking drink to you right now. Boo says, do not listen to Chester.
Yeah.
He is a fucking beta.
Hey, an alpha woman,
No.
Capital
This
A,
is
then.
Guy Party.
There's alpha capital A, then abusive capital A. Which one are you gonna choose?
what I'm trying to say is that she's a freak. And you gotta, and you gotta appreciate a freak.
Fair enough.
I mean, you got a woman who's willing to defecate.
Leave you a little present.
Leave you a little present. And you know what? I got a theory about this one, right? I got a theory about the defecation.
Okay.
I don't think this has been touched on yet.
I'm ready for the theory.
All right. So, as I understand it, the defecation happened on her birthday. And she was really pissed because Johnny wasn't there. So what I think happened is that she called James Franco. And James Franco, being the beta, like myself,
It was like shit all over me, baby.
yeah, he just shit all over me, like, yeah. And I think a turd kind of rolled off of his leg and fell onto the bed. And he was like, babe, we gotta clean this up. Johnny's gonna find out. And she was like, let him.
Remind me to never let any of my future imaginary girlfriends get close to you. Because they may or may not be shitting on you, apparently.
Well, if they all want to fucking Beta and baked cakes. I would be cool with my girl hanging out with him. 'Cause they can
Yeah,
all-
but are you okay with your? That's a good dilemma. Is it cheating if they're shitting on your buddy?
Well, no, 'cause, yeah, well, I don't necessarily if they'll shit on your buddies, but maybe like Chester will show them how to bake cakes, and we'll go hang out with Marie and have beers, and we'll talk about how we're gonna go fucking shit on our fucking betas when we get back from the bar. And Chester and our women will have our fucking food ready, and we'll, do our thing.
Hell yeah!
Something high in fiber.
Yes, just like Metamucil cakes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Just have a big poop orgy.
Is that what the future of the world really is supposed to be about then? Not this wokeness bullshit, but like alphas versus betas and everyone accepting their roles.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like feces has a bigger role to play in shaping our society.
You're right. Fertilizer does help grow.
I feel like alphas, for the most part, we were talking about this on a previous pod. It's like we want our alpha from Walking Dead, Officer Rick, like to lead us to success. But in Guy Party Land, all our alphas are just fucking mutants.
Yes.
Like, there is no progression to greatness with these alphas. They're just like Planet of the Apes. The alpha needs to evolve, or maybe we're just in a little pocket of unevolution, like the land before time. Like
They're gonna find out like humans from around this area are just like a different species.
Yeah. The tri-state area has just been like cut off from the actual real world.
Yeah.
We're like in that bubble from that Stephen King show.
Wait. So you guys remember the movie Ferngully?
Yeah.
So here's another analogy I'll go to that we're also like that, but we're always that small of a whatever you would consider an evolutionary leap to get to, and then when we take that supposed leap, we just destroy ourselves with this new construction upon the new tech that we think makes us better
Yeah.
from outside.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Literally.
Literal crickets! I don't know if we dreamed of having a live fucking.
We should just throw crickets at him.
What do you?
Just get a bucket of crickets and just.
What do you call that? Like with the tech, like when you point to different things, you can make like sound boxes or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The Stream Deck.
Yeah. A live stream deck. All you gotta have is a cricket, a frog, a goose, a fucking mongoloid, and maybe a Michael Benjamin.
Yeah,
maybe they're the same.
I've got to get it set back up. I had to reset everything, but yeah, I'll have it ready by the winter time when we're stuck down here. All right, so booze heads, thanks for tuning in for another edition of your favorite fucking podcast, Guy Party. We love you all. You know where to check us out: Instagram,
Google Play,
Yeah.
iTunes, Apple.
Stitcher.
Stitcher, Libsyn,
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
But tell your friends, July 16th,
Facebook.
Luke's house. Hit us up on any of the social platforms. We'll give you the address. I love you guys, and until the next episode,
Guy Party!